Knowing the
Good
difference between
afternoon,
bacteria
everyone. This
vaginosis
is,
and yeast infection.
as in many people have been asking me, or that talk about this infection of a thing. What is infection? What causes infection, and whatever. So I'll be talking a little about this infection of a thing. An infection occurs when a germs enter into the body and they increases in number, and this causes reaction of the body. So, and when this reaction occur, we have infectious disease. They can be viral, bacteria, parasitic, or fungal infection. So let us talk about vaginal infection, because I believe most people believe it's the most common. Vaginal infection tends to develop when something affects the usual bacteria, the usual balance of bacteria and yeast in your vagina. So, are you getting me? So, we're talking about how you can detect if you have a bacterial vaginosis or yeast infection. In odor, the bacteria in the BV often causes like a fish-like smell. As in, you have this fish-like smell, especially after having vaginal sex. You've been having this smell, but in yeast infection, you usually don't have any cause. You don't have any odor. It does not have any odor. And in the discharge texture, you see it should be very thin and watery, sometimes foamy. But in yeast infection, it's very thick and clumsy. Then in the discharge color, you see very grayish or greenish. But in that of the yeast, you see it to be white in color. In vulvar appearance, as in your appearance of your vagina, because commonly you people call it the color, you may not notice any change when you see, maybe you have bacterial vaginitis, you will not see any color, you may not see any changes. But in yeast, oh my god, you see inflamed, reddish, or lighter or darkening in color, often with a white coating around the outside of your vagina. So, and in itching and burning, not necessary though, not necessary. You might notice itching if you have more discharge, but in yeast is very common, especially urination. When you want to urinate, you feel it. You have this. That is different of bacterial vaginosis or yeast infection.